covering every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League, live as they happen. This is Clubhouse TV.
Hello, we are back. We have had technical issues. We're not blaming Joe necessarily, but it does seem to always happen when he's here. So we'll just make him feel a little bit guilty for now.
I touched nothing except this button here that says do not press.
Yeah.
It might have been something to do with that.
It might have been that big red button, yeah. And just for full transparency as well, as much as Joe wanted to pretend that it was 6-0 when we came back, and we're giving away all the free
I forgot about that.
And we're giving away all the free spot
it's
bets.
6-0, by the way.
We better not. It is still goalless, Brighton against Man City. Maybe we should start to think about the first spot bet, because we have lost everyone there, and we haven't been able to
bring them back in
the last few minutes. So let's bring you back in with the chance of a spot bets.
Let's do something simple because we want people to come back.
Mm-hmm.
A shot on target.
Okay.
The first shot on target, 2 winners.
For either side.
For any side, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Any player, any side, a shot on target. As long as the goalkeeper is forced to make a save, we will give away the first two of those free bets.
Yeah.
We've got 10 all in all tonight. We're going to do 5 lots of 2. And the first ones will be given away when either side have a shot on target. Brighton, of course, already had one, but whenever anyone has one next, that is when we shall give away the free spot bet. 62% possession for Manchester City so far. No shots on target, though. There was a bit of a debate the other day, actually, about possession in football, because over the course of the weekend, Leicester... it was on Tuesday. They thumped Southampton, and Leeds beat Middlesbrough as well on Monday night. Both of those sides had 33% possession in that game, yet they both won convincingly, just showing that actually sometimes sides are so much better when they counter.
Yeah, it depends on the side. There is a focus these days on having a lot of the ball. Trying to invite the press and play around it, that tends to be the correct way to play football at the minute. But there is no correct player. Look, I've referenced it already, but I was a Burnley fan. Well, I have been a Burnley fan. I have been a Burnley fan all my life.
He's given up on them.
But I was a Burnley fan under Sean Dyche. I saw us beat Liverpool with 19% possession. So it just depends how good you are with the ball and what you do with it a lot of the time. But as City have a chance, but it's over. It doesn't count as a shot on target.
No, it doesn't. Tricky ball in, though.
It was a good ball in there.
Good delivery.
That.
Yeah, he's got a bandage on his right hand, Foden.
As long as he's okay for the Euros, which starts in 50 days.
50 days.
And also, something else I did want to mention on air. Do you know what happened a year ago today? He's not been paying attention to my Instagram, everybody.
Did you say you're on a beach or something? You on a train?
No, a train?
Were you on a train?
I didn't get on a train this time last year, no.
Okay. Is it Burnley related?
It is. Of course it is.
Just checking.
Yeah, of course it is.
Is it the day that Burnley secured promotion?
It's not. We did that on Good Friday.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're already up. Champions.
And where did we win it?
Was it Ewood Park?
It was Ewood Park.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned it. We won the league at Ewood Park exactly a year ago today.
Well, there you are.
And they still cry about it, looking at my Twitter mentions.
Happy anniversary.
It's not even a real trophy.
The good news is for you that Blackburn could still go down this season, potentially. Could be joining Blackpool in League One next season.
You might come up.
We might come up. Are
you 8th at the minute?
We are. What we need so it's the final day of League One. Sorry to divert from the game, but it's the final day of League One this Saturday. And we will keep you up to date, by the way, on Clubhouse TV, what's going on. Their lunchtime games. Blackpool need to beat Reading, and 2 of the 3 playoff contenders, that's Oxford, Lincoln and Barnsley, 2 of those 3 need to drop points. Not necessarily lose, just drop points, as long as we win and we're in the playoffs.
Sounds like a lot to do.
Does sound like a lot to do.
It's doable. I remember a few years back, it was between us and Cardiff to get into the last place in the playoffs. Cardiff absolutely capitulated. And they ended up finishing 7th, and Preston somehow snuck in. This is going back a long time. This is 2009. You say sorry to divert from the game. I genuinely think when I'm on with Butler, I think I spend about 30 seconds talking about the actual match.
Oh, right, okay.
I've had periods with Butler where he just sits there in silence and refuses to talk for 10 minutes until something happens.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't really work, James, if you watch it.
That's fine, but tonight is a James Butler free zone, so that will be that's his last mention.
It was.
It's
a goal!
It is a goal. City have scored, and it's Kevin De Bruyne.
That is a great header.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people tipping up Kevin De Bruyne to score today, and he's done it. In the absence of Haaland, they need other players to step up and score the goals. Foden did it a couple of weeks ago against Villa, and today it is De Bruyne, a man with increasingly slick hair, and he's used it to divert this one in, hasn't he?
Yes, I think he's used the Brill cream to divert it, but his hair, it keeps changing. That's a great header.
Oh, great.
That's a great header.
I don't think
Good work from Foden again.
I don't think I appreciate it as much first time. It's across from Walker.
Yeah.
And he just leaps at that. It's quite low where he makes the connection, isn't it? It's coming down, it's dipping down, and he dives at it, and the goalkeeper is not getting to that.
I love a diving header. There's something aesthetically pleasing about a diving header. A low header like that. And he's looped it into the top bins. And they say, you've mentioned his slick hair already, but it has changed a bit recently. Like, he used to have a bit of a parting in it, but it's just slicked back.
Yeah.
So it's ever interchanging hair from Kevin De Bruyne. And obviously, for a goal, we needed a shot on target.
We did, yeah. And there it is. So ever-changing hair, but his quality does not alter, because that was absolutely superb. So we've given you the goal stab. Here's one of these as well. Yeah, free bet lands. Just you wait for the go. When you see it in the chat, we need your sportsbet.io username, please. And then what we shall do, we shall use a random number generator, and we'll get some of you some free bets tonight. A couple of you will win with the go is there. Get your names in, usernames in, and we'll pick two of you with a random number generator. Joe, do you want to do the random number generator?
Yep, it's already ready on the screen.
Excellent. Okay.
I just need the go from Dean, and then the stop. And then when he's got the numbers.
The names, don't you?
Yeah, and then I'll do the numbers. Then I'll give him the name. Brighton!
Ooh. That would if the free bet hadn't landed with a goal, that would have done it. That was a header on target. It was Lewis Dunk, who, he didn't make as good a connection as KDB, but do you know what? He got up well.
He
came down pretty heavily, but he got up well.
I think that's the problem. He's headed it down too much. If anything, he's connected with it too well.
Oh, that old one, eh?
Yeah,
he's hit it too well.
He's hit it too well.
Too well, that.
I'm going to try and get as many football cliches in as I can tonight.
Lewis Dunk with a chance. So that Brighton are not without a chance of scoring. I mean, City on the road have only kept one clean sheet since they went to Old Trafford on October 29th, and there's another effort for City. This is turning into a pretty good period. That is wide of the target. It was a ball up from the back. Let's have a look. Was it KDB involved again? Nice passing move, slightly to the right, and Alvarez lashes it across goal. Keeper probably had it covered.
Yeah. Keeper probably had it covered, and I think he's hit it because he's got no options. I don't think he really wants to hit it from there. I think if there was somebody for a square on pass, he probably would have rolled it across, but there was nobody there. I don't know who it was who was up there with him, but they peeled off and went for the peel back, but it was well covered, so not enough people in the box there for City. I think
that's why he's hit it. He was almost too quick, wasn't he? He was almost away too quickly.
He was almost too quick, yeah. He's too fast for his team.
Just like he hit it too well.
Yeah, exactly that.
I'm just counting up the numbers. We have quite a few, actually. I'll make that 17. I'm just going to have a quick recount. 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That is... I've made it 18 this time. Let's do 18. Second go was just my second count. A bit better. So 18, Joe, is the number we're popping in. And two of you will win some free bets this evening.
Right. Am I going to do the numbers and you count? Or
I'll count,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
You're generating.
I'm the generator. You're the counter.
That's the one.
The first winner is... Number 6.
Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do it off our screen, by the way. So if yours is slightly different, apologies, but we do it. We do it how it's on our screen. And that number 6 is Hakan. Hakan, you're the first winner. So well done, Hakan.
Always like one of the OGs winning. Hakan is an OG.
Yeah.
And the next one is number 17. I think someone's at the door, actually.
Yeah, we have to go right to the very end. And that is Mustafa. Mustafa, you're a winner. You get yourself a free bet of 10 USDT. So well done to Mustafa. Well done to Hakan as well. You two are the first of the free bet winners. What we'll do in about 10 minutes' time, we'll unleash another one upon you.
We will. And a big thumbs up from producer Dean. That means he's got the names. So everybody's happy. Well, the winners are happy.
Yeah, and everyone else is Hopefully not too unhappy because you've got another chance to win.
Plenty of chances.
Loads of chances. So Man City on the attack. We could, Joe, just do another goal, couldn't we?
We could do.
We could do another goal to trigger the next free bet.
Yeah. Do you want to do that then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that.
We've had a shot. We'll do a goal. Yep, Dean's nodding as well.
Dean's nodding.
All in firm agreement.
Yep.
Later on, we'll probably do a sub, a card, a corner, something like that, something a bit different. But let's go traditional. Let's go route one, shall we?
Yeah.
And we'll do a goal. We'll do a goal. So we need someone to do a goal.
We need someone to do a goal,
We
yes.
do need someone to do a goal in order for you to get a free bet, potentially, here on Clubhouse TV this evening. So Brighton 0, Man City 1. When City have scored the first goal away from home, by the way, they have tended to go on and win. I mean, that's not a surprise, actually, even when they've conceded the first goal. But actually, it's rare that they do score the first goal. They conceded the first goal to Palace when winning 4-2. They conceded the first goal to Brentford when winning 3-1. Conceded the first goal to Everton when winning 3-1. Conceded the first goal to Luton when winning 2-1. Conceded the first goal to Villa, not surprisingly because they lost that 1-0. And also conceded the first goal to Wolves as well. And to West Ham, actually. So on several occasions, City have actually fallen behind. So it's probably a little rarer than you think, City actually having the lead on the road.
Yeah, I have found that tends to be City's, not downfall, because I still think they're going to go on to win the league, but probably could have been the downfall. But it's something that they probably should be better on, as Alvarez drags a shot wide.
I think he was a little bit off balance. He was on his left foot and he was trying to curl it back round with his right, but it didn't quite come off that. But still, another half chance.
Yeah, another half chance for City. But yeah, I find that they go behind too much, City, and they probably should have been punished in the title race for it, really. But when you look at the league table, think how many points are they on? Is it at the minute?
I think they're on 70. It's just disappeared off my screen. Arsenal on 77. I think City are on 73. I think.
Yeah. See, it's mad to say they've only got 73 points at this stage of the season. When you look at some of their last seasons, they've been getting like 98, 99, breaking the 100 barrier as well. So to say this, if still within the title race with only 76 points.
So 12 points left to win. Let's assume that they're taking 3 from this. That's 9 more to come. Phil Foden goes down. His arms are in the air, and the referee has given a free kick just outside the area.
He's given a free kick, but Foden wants a pen. So let's have a look at this. There's the first kick. No, he slips.
I think he slips, yeah.
He don't even get touched.
So has he dragged it back for that?
No, he's give it on the edge.
I see, right. He does slip, yeah.
He slips there. It's not a free kick.
Amex turf, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he just loses his footing, doesn't he?
I mean, there is a bit of contact there, but Foden kicks his leg. You can see from that angle at the end. But I think he's already going down. It's not a free kick because look, he's giving it right there.
Yeah, so he's not taking it back for the one before. Yeah, interesting. If they score from this as a Brighton player, fan, manager, you're going to feel pretty aggrieved, don't you?
Yeah. There's been a few soft free kicks recently. Hopefully they don't join Wolves and Forest in in just crying about the decisions, because there have been some awful decisions for everybody over the course of the season.
What do you mean, like appointing their own referee assessor?
Forest fans,
classes.
They've been proper at it this week on Twitter. If Burnley put out a statement that Forest put out, I'll be criticising Burnley left, right and centre, saying, man up, stop doing this. It's silly. The timing of it, the wording of it, everything was just ridiculous. But Forest fans have been like, yes, I agree. Like you are allowed to criticise your own club. You don't need to take this tribalism into everything. You can take it away and have your own opinion. But then Wolves had an incident last night as well, so now they're all up in arms.
Oh, they've got this loud goal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in! The free kick is hit by Foden, and I think it's taken a deflection, and it's gone all the way in. Well, you said City winning comfortably. You said City, both teams score no, didn't you?
Yes, but I also said under 2.5, so that one's gone.
Let's gloss over that. Let's focus on the positives, Joe.
Cancel that one out.
Yeah, Phil Foden hits this. Let's have a look. Does it take a... Yes, it does.
It does.
Pretty hefty deflection.
I mean, it's harsh on Brian because it shouldn't have been a free kick in the first place. Then it's deflected in.
It takes a nick off the player who was stood amongst the City players. That is number 13. That is Pascal Gross. And he sort of turns his back and it just deflects off his back and goes into the corner. I think otherwise the goalkeeper probably would have had it covered.
Hopefully it's not an own goal because he's in my fantasy dream team, fantasy draft team, FPL draft team, whatever you want to call it. I don't really play it much. But still, I don't want an own goal.
Either way, you don't need that points loss, do you?
I don't. I'm one of them that logs in like once every 6 weeks.
That's more than I do.
Yeah.
I think that might have been headed into the corner.
I think it's on target, so I think he'll get away with it.
I think he probably will. We'll check on the official status of that goal, because obviously if you've got Foden in your team as well, that is going to make a big difference, although you wouldn't bet against him notching again tonight. Feyenoord also gone a goal up as well. We wondered whether they would be affected by the speculation surrounding the future of their manager. So far, so good. They're not bothered by it. They have gone a goal up on go-ahead Eagles, who can be quite stubborn and hard to beat at home. So, yeah, Feyenoord getting that early goal is quite important. We said Brighton do high-scoring games when they take on table toppers.
Yeah.
The reason they do high-scoring games when they take on table toppers is because they just cannot keep clean sheets, and we've seen exactly why so far. Although there's not a lot they could do about that last one, I admit.
Yeah, there's not a lot they could do about that last one, to be fair. But yeah, 2-0 down within the half an hour. It's looking like it's going to be a long afternoon for Brighton from here.
Yeah, long way back. Hello to Veritas. He says, hi, guys. Hello to everyone on the chat as well. Thank you for joining in. Oh, I've just remembered. Bet.
Yes.
Free bet lands, so I'll have one of these.
I'll be honest with you, I thought you were just building suspense.
Let's say I was. Let's pretend I was, and not that it slipped my mind. I'm sure you lot on the chat would not have let it slip my mind for much longer. But yeah, the free bet lands. Brahi says goal. Foden says Brahi as well. City says Hacken. City on fire says Slissy. Over 1.5 first goals at 2.1. Done and dusted. Viv, yes. That's in. City on fire says NT. Poor Brighton says they're shooting. Need both teams to score says Navidad as well. There's a go in there as well. So get those sportsbet.io usernames in, and we will be loading up the old dusting off. It doesn't need much dusting off. We only used it about 3 minutes ago. The old random number generator to hopefully pick you out a couple.
I want the random
winners.
number generator to earn its money this time, though. We only had between 1 and 18. Let's get it to at least 20, everybody. Come on.
Let's get the big 2-0.
Let's get more people in there. More numbers in the chat.
Yeah. What we should do, we should bring in one of those wheels into the studio.
That would be class.
One of those old-fashioned quiz show wheels, and it's got numbers 1 to, let's say, 30, just to be safe on it. And we give it a spin. We put you on some jaunty music, and we pick out the numbers that way. That is, and then maybe we put on a spangly jacket to do it.
I was going to say, like, we'd need to dress the part. Like, Gav, if you're listening, this needs to be the next step.
Yeah, I would.
This needs to be the next step.
I would need to be dressing bright in this, because I'm blending in this, aren't I, today? Yeah. But I need to stand out a bit more. Those usernames are in. Brahi says, did you guys see my name? Yeah, Brahi's had problems before. I can see your name. Yeah, you're in, Brahi. Don't you worry. We did have one incident. It was last weekend where I could see Brahi's name, but Gav, who was sat where you was, couldn't see it.
Yeah, Telegram's been a bit hit and miss, hasn't it? I mean, I'm not in as much as the rest of you, but I know he who shall not be named, because tonight is a free zone from him.
And last time I mentioned him, City scored. Actually.
He says it can sometimes be a bit slow. So yeah, but yeah, we can both see the names, and it tends to be good at first. Then the longer the night goes on, that's when it gets a little hard work.
I'm just counting up some names. We have 10 up to Mustafa, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You've got your wish, Joe.
Yeah.
22, 23, 24, 25.
25.
I make that.
I was nearly going to say 25, but I thought I'm being optimistic there. So, yes, everybody, thank you very much for the 25.
Yeah, just double checking that. 18, 19, 20,
Watch this,
21,
19 one.
22, 23, 24, 25. It is 25. Right, we're going to spin that random number generator, and we are going to get a couple of winners.
Have we not got any jaunty music on the desk? No,
we haven't. No, we need to sort that out. Yeah, unless you fancy harmonising.
And your first winner here tonight, 25.
Is it 25?
It's actually 25.
It's Jeremy Power. Jeremy Power, you're a winner. You've got some jaunty music.
Jeremy Power, what a name.
Joe's slightly commercial style of announcing the winner. Jeremy Power, well done.
Jeremy Power sounds like it should be a game show host name. If I was going to be a game show host, I think, in fact, I'm going to make a note of it. That's going to be my game show
or
host.
A character from Marvel or one of the comics, certainly.
Yeah. Jeremy Power. That's going to be my alter ego going forward.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing what Jeremy Power gets up to.
just wearing jackets and spinning wheels. I think.
Go to Burnley games.
Yeah. Coming home in a mood. And the second winner, number 14.
Number 14. Right, let's head from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, we almost had a double winner there, but it misses out by 1. Number 14 is Black Dog.
An OG. I like an OG winner.
Hakan, you were 13, so you were very, very close to getting a second win of the night, but no, it's Black Dog. So Black Dog, you are a winner. And Jeremy Power as well. Your names are added to the list of free bet
and
winners.
A thumbs up from Dino, which means he's written them down and they will be sent off as soon as possible.
Here comes City on the counter-attack. Alvarez has been released. He's down the left, but once again, he doesn't have a huge amount of support. A few players jogging to get up with him. There's no need to rush, is there, I suppose, when you're 2-0 up at this stage. It's gone all the way back into almost into the City half, actually, not quite. But yeah, City will just build slowly but surely again. Feyenoord go a couple of goals up as well. Go ahead, Eagles 0, Feyenoord 2 in the Eredivisie tonight. So yeah, well done to the free bet winners. We're going to give another one away. We're going to do it, let's do it around about 40 to 42 minutes, somewhere in that zone. Because we've given away 2 inside 30 minutes. Sometimes it takes us up until half-time to just give away 1.
Yeah.
But no, 2 given away already tonight as well on this Thursday evening.
And it's not like we've been asking for things that are ridiculously common. I suppose
Brighton
shots
playing
on
it out
target
from the back. It's a little bit dangerous.
Oh,
they've given it
lost
away. And it's a goal. City have a third, and it's all Brighton's fault. And it's that man, the man in the bandage. It is Phil Foden. Well, if you're going to faff about with it at the back, Joe, against Manchester City, that is what you can expect to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, there's times and there's teams and there's situations to do it in, and that was not one of them. This is why I'm not buying too much into the De Zerbi hype. Good last season when he came into it, but he came into a good team who were already doing well. Yes, he carried it on. Yes, he probably took it to the next level. But this year, they've just not been great. So all this De Zerbi to Liverpool talk, I mean, yeah, it's looking like it is on his slot now. But all this De Zerbi to Liverpool or United talk, I do think it's been a bit premature. But yeah, time and a place, and that was not it. And I can speak from experience being a Burnley fan now, because that's what we like to do. Mess around with it at the back, give a goal away. So I've seen it plenty of times this season.
Nicely stroked into the corner. If you're on overs, that has landed already, or any sort of overs. You're looking in the driving seat now. But yeah, I agree on the De Zerbi thing. I think he's a good coach, but I was reading an article in World Soccer Magazine this week about sort of how many mass changes across Europe there's going to be this summer. Obviously, we know Bayern are now talking to what's he called, Ralph Rangnick.
Yeah,
and we know that Xavi has done a U-turn at Barca. So,
yeah, which I'm buzzing about.
Yeah, so the article is obviously slightly outdated now because it's from a couple of weeks ago. But in the list of coaches who may be considered, obviously you've got Alonso, naturally, you've got a few others as well who are obviously Ruben Amorim as well. But yeah, he was in the list, and I just wonder, yeah, he's good, but you know, Brighton have had only as good a season as, say, Bournemouth. So why are we not talking about Iraola more?
Yeah.
You know, I know he's got a smaller sample of work, but he was excellent at Vallecano. And yeah, I mean, yeah, Gary O'Neill at Wolves, he's done a good job as well. There's lots of managers, you know, I mean, already look at Oliver Glasner, the impact that he's had at Palace. There's loads of managers who've done well in the Premier League this season. I just think Brighton have been a bit underwhelming.
Yeah, they have. They've been underwhelming. I think he's living off last season a lot as well, because he came in. Everyone was expecting him to crash and burn after Potter went to Chelsea. The team was already there for him, admittedly, but he did take it to the next level. He got them into the Europa League. But this season, they've just struggled with life in the Prem and the Europa League. I think that's what it's been. They've struggled playing Thursday, Sunday. Sorry,
tough schedule.
Yeah, it is. It's unforgiving, but they've not been good enough this season, like at all. They've just not been good enough from what you'd expect Brighton to be. So, yeah, I'm not buying into the hype just yet. But yeah, he's definitely a good coach, like you say. He's just not Liverpool and United levels.
No, here they come though, Brighton. Chance to prove Joe wrong.
that would have been poetry.
That would have been perfect time.
I've had it so many times sat here, and I'm surprised I still get shifts.
They have won a corner through Barco, who gets. He was the player, by the way, Barco, who gave away the ball to Foden for the goal, and he tipped his head back in despair. So he'll be desperate now to make amends. But yeah, you're right with the. I just think De Zerbi is clearly a good coach, but is this his level? I think it might well be. But yeah, let's see. Brighton 0, Manchester City 3, 36 minutes played. Have you seen that Graham Potter's been heavily linked to the Ajax job today?
I have. I did see that today, yes. Interesting. I think that would be a good move for him. I think he could go there and probably win the league there, and that would then put him back to...
Big rebuild.
Yeah, it is, but I think he's capable of it, and I think that would put him back into the thought process of these bigger jobs in England. Because I think with the way it failed at Chelsea, I don't think he'll get another big job unless he does something spectacular. If he goes to Ajax, rebuilds and wins a league, I think that'll put him back in the thinking.
A few people had him penciled in for West Ham, didn't they?
Yeah, I think
at the end of the season.
Yeah. I don't think he fancies that. I think now he's had a taste of the big jobs and the big clubs. I think he'll forever go around that, even if he has to go abroad. Because obviously it was abroad before Brighton anyway, coming from Sweden, weren't it?
Yeah. Swansea and then Brighton, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah. Ostersunds, was it?
Ostersunds.
Yeah. Did he win the league over in Sweden? I think he did, didn't he?
He got them from basically the third tier into the Allsvenskan, the top flight, and I can't remember whether he won the league or whether he just went desperately close. But either way, given their budget and the size of the club, it was an absolutely remarkable
a proper football manager career, that, isn't it? That's really something I'd do with Atkinson Stanley.
Yeah. He also apparently turned down the Sweden job as well.
Interesting.
So obviously doesn't fancy a return there, but Ajax is clearly tempting me. I mean, if you can rebuild Ajax and get them back on track, of course, it's been a disastrous couple of seasons.
Yeah,
PSV have pretty much won the title tonight, by the way, with a 7-0 victory earlier on over Heerenveen. So yeah, if you can get Ajax back on track, you will be a hero. You get free access to any bar you want in Amsterdam for the rest of your life, wouldn't you?
And that would be the best gift any man could have, I think.
Yeah. Although he is obviously a family man. But he could go out, he would never have to buy a drink ever again, would he? In that part of the Netherlands.
Yeah, I mean, and they're a massive club, and they're a historic club, people were giving Henderson a bit of grief when he went there. Obviously, I think a lot of it was to do with the stuff he was saying when he went out to Saudi Arabia about it buying into the project and only being there 6 months, which was a little bit funny. But then for him to go to Ajax, it's a massive club. I've said it a few times on this service now. I want to start going and taking my little boy to like these big stadiums around the world, and Ajax is one of them ones that I want to go to. A proper historic football club. I'd love to see him play football
as well.
Yeah, I've drove past that, so I've taken that off kind of.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, Allianz and stuff, Nou Camp,
get San Siro before they potentially knock it down.
Yeah, San Siro, I'd love to go. England played there not that long ago, and I was looking into going, but everything just didn't fall right.
Yeah.
Boca Juniors as well, but I think that one's probably a little bit too ambitious.
The Bombonero,
yeah, I think that's a little bit too ambitious. River Plate as well. I mean, there's kind of like basically I've been watching these YouTubers that do it for a living, and I'm like, I want to do that. Life is unfair. Why can't I do that? Now I'm like, I want to go, but then I look at prices and stuff, and I'm like, can't be bothered.
Yeah. It would be interesting if your son's first ever trip to a foreign stadium was River Plate. That would be a story to tell
for the River Plate Boca.
His friends at school, wouldn't it? Yeah. Guess where my dad took me at the weekend? We got back in time for school on Monday, though.
Yeah. It's interesting because obviously I do stuff like, obviously we're live on YouTube now, and obviously I have my own podcast that is live on YouTube. One of his friends called me a YouTuber the other day, and I don't know how I feel about that. Is that your dad is a YouTuber? I saw him on YouTube. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's a murky area, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, no, Joe is on YouTube. You can find him on there. You can find us, of course, if you're watching on YouTube. Hello, come and join us on Telegram if you're not already on there.
Yes.
You can find us on the sportsbet.io website as well, wherever you're watching. It's great to have you along. We are enjoying Brighton. Well, we're enjoying Brighton, Man City. The Brighton fans are not. They are 3-0 down, and that is an aimless ball played forward, looking for Danny Welbeck, and it doesn't reach its intended target. We have a poll on the Telegram as well. This is the sort of thing, as well as getting free bets, you get chances to vote in our various polls. We have, will Brighton score a goal? No chance or yes? How's it looking, Joe?
73% no chance, 27% yes.
They had the first shot on target as well.
They did.
In this game. But haven't really kicked on. I mean, talk about having the stuffing knocked out of you. That first goal did it, and giving away that free kick, which was not a free kick in the first place, then went in off your own player. That is just going to take the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, I mean,
not that there was much of a breeze anyway.
I think conceding an early goal, teams can always bounce back from it, because I've always been like, I'd rather my team concede in the first minute than the 90th minute. Like, there's so many times for you to come back, so much time for you to come back. So I think professional footballers should feel okay conceding early on, but like you said, when you get two so early on, that is properly a kick in the teeth, because you're like, wow, your thought process suddenly changes from we can get back into this to this could be a long afternoon. That's just me anyway. Like, that's how I think as a fan. Like, say if Burnley concede in the 3rd or 4th minute, I'm like, oh, it's all right, there's loads of time. But then if we concede again before the 10th, I'm like, oh, it could be 6 or 7 this.
What if you concede after 17 like Brighton did? You think, right, well, if we get into half time, just one down, we can have a rethink, we can have a reset, we can come out in the second half, we can give it a good go, and we can see what happens. 2-0 down after 34, 2-0 down after 24, 3-0 down to 34. You think, what does De Zerbi say at half time now?
I just think it's damage limitation now. I think that's all it can be. Maybe not actually thinking about it, because Brighton have literally nothing to play for. So if there was in a relegation battle or a battle for the top 7, it could be a case of, right, lads, we need the goal difference sort of thing. Let's just try and maybe nick a goal back. I think that's probably is what he says. He probably says, right, win the second half, try and get the first goal, and then you never know. He might use Coventry at the weekend as an example, because they were dead and buried. He might say, just get the first goal, and then you never know. But I think it helps that Brighton aren't playing for anything. I think it makes the team talk a little bit easier, because the pressure's off. They won't be feeling any pressure in the change room. So probably a case of win the second half and get the first goal and try and get it early, and then you never know.
Brighton's remaining games, by the way, trip to Bournemouth. That's coming up at the weekend. That's Sunday. Home to Villa on May the 5th. 6 days later, they go to Newcastle. That's a really long trip, isn't it? Home to Chelsea on May the 15th. On the final day, they host Manchester United. So not the easiest set of fixtures for Brighton. Although you would say that including this one, 4 of their last 6 games are at home. Only 2 away games. That long trip to Newcastle and a shortish hop to Bournemouth as well.
Yeah, a bit of a mixture of distances there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I am always sometimes feeling like glad, and I bet the Midlands football fans feel it even better, that I am not a South Coast fan or a North East fan, because I could not be bothered with one of them trips. I mean, I've done Portsmouth away before, and that were bad enough. Yeah. From the northwest.
Here comes De Bruyne again. The ball then deflects off a Brighton player and out for a corner. Do you know which Championship side have to travel the fewest miles this season?
The Championship, that was West Brom?
Oh, they were second.
Oh, Birmingham then?
Nope. You've already mentioned them.
It's not Portsmouth. No, they're not second tier.
They are now.
Well, yeah, true. I've already mentioned
literally them? 4 minutes ago, yeah.
I don't remember.
Coventry.
Ah, yeah, well, Midlands, isn't it?
Yeah. Corner City then. But yeah, it's Coventry.
I did mention them.
You did?
Right.
Yeah. Coventry and West Brom. I'm not imagining it. Yeah. Coventry and West Brom are the two.
I'm not even spoken about the Championship. What's he on about?
They've got the shortest distance to travel this season. I don't know who it is for the Premier League, actually, but yeah.
I would suspect it's somebody like Villa.
Probably
Wolves.
Villa. Well, Wolves is a good shout. Yeah. Because even Wolves to Brighton, which is a long trip, and Wolves to Newcastle is not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, it's Brighton to Newcastle, or Newcastle to Southampton, for example, potentially next year. They are deadly.
Yeah. And in the Championship, I remember after the Midlands crew, it was then sort of the South Yorkshire sides that had to travel. So maybe Sheffield United have probably not got... Maybe they haven't got that far to travel as well. But yeah, we'll try and look that up. If anyone knows, by the way, let us know on the chat.
Yeah, just stick it in the chat.
Stick it in. Anyone's got those facts to hand. Go Ahead Eagles have pulled one back, by the way, at home to final. That is half-time. Good game there. Go Ahead Eagles 1, final 2. So if you had the over 2.5 goals double in the 8 o'clock game, that is in. And Tony Bloom may not be enjoying what's going on at the Amex tonight, but his other club, Union Saint-Gilloise, are 2 goals up on Antwerp in the final stages of the Belgian campaign. So they're going well with the visitors. 2 goals to the goods.
You're a cultured man. Who's the British lad that plays in the Belgian league? Does he play at Union Saint-Gilloise?
They've got a few because they obviously are affiliated with Brighton. I mean, Christian Burgess is the defender.
There was one that nearly went to, and I apologise for swearing on stream, Blackburn Rovers at the start of the season. I can't remember his name.
Union City will have Ross Sykes.
Him.
Is it Ross Sykes?
He lives 3 doors down from me.
Does he? Oh, he used to play for Accrington, didn't he?
Yeah, and he lives on my estate. I never see him, obviously, because he's out playing in Belgium. Yeah. But every now and then, when there's an international break, he walks dog past my house. And I always say to Lizzie, my partner, I was like, oh, look, there's that footballer. Then I'm like, hold on, shouldn't be telling her a footballer lives a few doors down.
Well, he's in Belgium most of the time, you find. Yeah. 3 minutes of added on time. He's on the bench tonight, by the way, Jeff.
Yeah.
He's not
Good
starting.
old Ross. Because every now and then I say hi to him for seeing him. I'm like, how's Belgium going? He's like, yeah, it's all right, as he's walking off. He never stops.
No, well, maybe his dog dictates that.
Maybe, or I might just come across as a bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's that footballer. Please talk to me. Be my friend.
And now you're talking about him on air.
Yeah. Hi, Ross, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Come say hello.
On the bench. Lay says 3-0 bounce back ? And Ente says, what's the next target for the free bet? We shall tell you. We'll tell you now, and then we'll do it into the second half. So once the first corner of the second half goes in, we will give away another free bet. Goes in. First corner goes in the quadrant. Once the first corner of the game occurs, we will give away a free bet. So first corner of the second. There's one between now and half time. It doesn't count. It is first of the second half. Foden's away here down the left. He's got targets in the middle trying to reach Alvarez. That is going to be a corner. It doesn't count.
Doesn't count. It's a good job you cleared that up.
Good job I said that. Yeah, I would have been clearing up a lot of mess otherwise. Yeah. It's the first corner of the second half. There we go. But yeah, chance for City here from the corner. It was a ball searching for Alvarez, but there was not nearly enough on that.
Nice. Just a little bit short from Foden there, but he's pulled it back for something.
Yeah. Just as well we weren't depending on that then.
It's a good job that it wasn't the second half, because you'd have probably already pressed the free bet button by now.
That would have been a complete hash.
It would, wouldn't it? It really would. Dean probably would have done go. The names would have been coming in.
I think Dean would have walked out at that point.
I'm done.
Yeah, I've had enough. What's he doing? Yeah. Anyway, it is half time, so we could all go and rest our weary heads for 15 minutes. We will be back for the second half. City, of course, 3 goals to the good at the moment. Second half coming up, more free bets hopefully given away, and we'll start to turn our attention to the second half and also this weekend's games as well. That's after we hear a little bit from a man you saw earlier. It's Paul Robinson.
I also want to talk about your other goal, which is far better because this was a striker's goal. Which is your so basically we're going back to Leeds United against Swindon Town. It's a League Cup it's a League Cup game, isn't it? I'm not sure. It's not a semi-final. It's earlier on in the competition. But Swindon are 2-0 up with 15 minutes left to play at Ellen Road.
Yeah.
I think it's Ian Hart who pulled the goal back, and then it's like 93rd minute, and there's a corner, and you've gone up.
Yeah.
And you've made a near post run, and there's a glancing header that's scored. It is a superb run. It is a superb header. It is, I'm going to say now, probably the best goal that a goalkeeper scored.
I'm very proud of that one. I am. As much as the other one was luck, that was just a Roy of the Rovers moment. So, I mean, you create the scene. At Leeds at the time, we were banging trouble. Peter Reid had come in. We were right down the bottom of the Premier League, and we were looking like we were going to go out the League Cup to lowly Swindon. We get back in the game. I'm looking at Peter Reid. I come out the box and I'm looking over to him, and he's just like this on the touchline. He doesn't want to acknowledge me, and I'm thinking, Gaffer, can I go? And he just doesn't look, and I've just gone. And then the first corner they've put in, they've hit it short, hit the front man. So I'm thinking, do I go back? Do I stay? What do I do? I'm kind of lost. So I've just kind of run out the box and then run back in and then time my run. But as goalkeepers, we do that in training all the time because we practice crossing with the other goalkeepers. We'll train in a group of 4 or 5. So as the one goalkeeper's training, the crosses are coming in from the coach. You're in there actively trying to attack. So we do a lot of crossing and finishing. But for me, scoring a goal like that, I mean, no save, whatever save you make at whatever stage of the game, whether it be a penalty, a match saving, winning save, there's no feeling like that, honestly, to score a goal. I know it's different for a goalkeeper, but the feeling to score a goal is incredible.
But then you followed it up because, of course, all you did, you equalised. It's a wonderful goal. It's a great header. But all you did was take it to extra time.
Yeah.
And then it went to penalties. Yeah. And then you saved a penalty, which actually meant that Leeds went through. So you rescued this situation and then won the day with a penalty as well. So it's cherry on top, wasn't it?
It was literally the Roy of the Rovers evening for me. You couldn't. I mean, if you read a comic book, you'll think, "Oh, it's a bit far-fetched." I've got the newspaper clippings still at home and in a frame downstairs in one of the rooms at home.
Do you show it your kids? Do you play it your kids every now and then, going, "Look at what your dad did. This is how you score a goal"?
Well, my two they're now 19 and 15, so I think they give me more abuse than anything else.
Brilliant. Thank you. By the way, the person who missed the penalty. Do you remember the person who missed the penalty against you for Swindon in the penalty shootout?
No.
It's a guy called Stefan Migliarenzi, who later went on to be a teammate of David Beckham's LA Galaxy.
Well, I know one of the guys who played for Swindon. He's a friend of Phil Jagielka's.
Yeah.
So I was over in Qatar working for a broadcaster out there. Phil came over and his friend came with him, and he went, "I was supposed to mark you in that header and I didn't get anywhere near you."
Brilliant. Thank you. Another question for Paul Robinson, please. Question from Boy from Austria. If you wanted to play for a different country, which country would it be? See, this is where the show goes. Nobody knows. Random.
That is a random one. I mean, I wouldn't, because I'm so patriotic about my own country. I'm very, very patriotic, even now when you're watching your own country, regardless of what it is. And I think what tournament is, what sport it is, whatever team it is, you back your own country.
Yeah.
And I think to have any other kind of allegiances, I mean, I'm not one of these that's got a little bit of Irish, a little bit of Welsh. I'm 100% English. And there was never any question that I would play for England if there was an opportunity to do so. And I'm not one of these people who don't want Scotland to win or don't want Wales to win, because we know that in the UK quite often, if England are playing, Scotland and Wales fans, they don't want the English teams to do well. I like all the home nations to do well, but I certainly wouldn't and couldn't play for another country. But I do like seeing our home nations do well. Which
I've always thought, and I'm patriotic as well, and I always think that we have a really good. Not always, but I generally think we're good at producing good goalkeepers in England. But is there another nation that you think they're also good at producing good quality goalkeepers? Is there any other nation that jumps out at you?
Yeah, Italy have had a few over the years, haven't they? Yeah, the
Buffon
Italians.
As well.
Yeah,
Donnarumma.
There's a lot. I mean, even now, but then you look back over the Italian history. Italians have had good goalkeepers. You say that about English goalkeepers, and I completely agree with you. But we don't export well. When was the last English goalkeeper that went abroad and did well? We haven't really had them.
Has there ever been?
That's gone abroad and done well? No, because foreign managers seem
Hart.
to have a different view of English goalkeepers. You look at when I was at Tottenham and one day Ramos came in a similar way as when Pep Guardiola came in with Joe Hart at Man City. Preconceived ideas, don't like the way he plays, don't like this, it wasn't for me, and was quickly moved on. And that's what happened with me at Tottenham. But I think you look at English goalkeepers, there is not a history of English goalkeepers going abroad and doing well.
I'd never thought about that.
I'm
now thinking about it.
Scott Carson, I think, went to Turkey, played in recent times.
Yeah, and also the fact that, of course, look at the goalkeepers who are playing for Liverpool and Man City right now. I mean, when Pep came in at Man City, there was an English goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Moved on. Right, thank you. Another question for Paul. Here we go. It's Paul Robinson in the Clubhouse. Here we go. Question from Chi. Right, which of your goalkeeping mistakes was the most painful one, and how did you cope with it?
Well, everyone's a goalkeeper mistake, but the high-profile one was the England game against Croatia when the ball went over my foot.
I have an issue with this.
I still have an issue. It's Gary Neville's fault. It's not my fault.
You're just an innocent bystander in all that.
So what happened is I've gone to kick the ball and the ball's not there because it's hit something on the pitch.
Yeah.
And if I was given that opportunity to kick that ball 100 times, the same thing would happen every time if it bobbles like that, unless you know that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So what it's happened is, for those of you who didn't see it, it was a back pass from Gary Neville, and it hit one of my foot marks. So where I was kicking the ball from the 6-yard box, constantly kicking from the same place, there'd been an indentation and the pitch had risen. So Gary Neville played the back pass, it hit the lump of my footprint and went over my foot and straight in the goal. He should have passed wide of the goal. But I mean, you look at the modern day goalkeepers, they'd be taking touches and playing out from the back, whereas the initial thought was I was getting closed down, it's going down the field.
Yeah.
So I didn't really, I'm quite good at putting things in boxes and dealing with situations. So after that game's finished, I'm thinking, right, okay, that wasn't great, this, that, and the other. Mrs. phones me up after the game, and I'm talking to her. And she's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, fine. Yeah, why? What's up?" She went, "Are you sure you're all right?" I went, "Yeah, fine." She went, "You've got no idea what's going on, have you?" Obviously, before like the phones, the newspapers, and everything like that. She went, "You're getting absolute pelters from left, right, and centre." And it wasn't till the next morning I drove out the gate to go training back at Tottenham at the time. There's reporters outside the gate. There's people everywhere, and I think being labelled as that mistake on me, you don't understand, because that's all the time in my career. You're always on an upward curve. So you're a young lad at Leeds, you do well, you get your debut, you play in the Premier League, you get your move to Tottenham, you play for England, and everything's a smooth upward curve. Then all of a sudden this just goes bang. Nobody teaches you how to deal with it. And mentally it's very, very tough, because I'd like to think I'm quite an open, honest person, and I'm actually a decent bloke. But it plays tricks with you. I mean, you drop the kids off at school and there's 4 women stood talking, or 4 dads, whoever stood talking, and you're thinking, are they talking about me? Are they looking? You go to the supermarket and you're thinking, is somebody going, there's that idiot from who did that last week? And the effect that it has on you mentally is more so than ever. And then you go into a football stadium the next Saturday, there's 50,000 people reminding you what you did, going, woo, every time the ball comes near you. So for me, it was a huge time in my career, because that affected me mentally for about 18 months.
Yeah, and I think it's harsh because it is not your fault. And I'm saying this not because you're sat just 5 feet the other side of me and you can do something about it. If I said, yes, it's clearly your fault, it clearly isn't. And that's the harsh bit about it. There's nothing you could have done about it at all.
Listen, I've played the situation over in your head a million times. I mean, if I'd have known it was going to happen, you can wait and anticipate the bobble's going to happen and lift your foot. But again, if you go to kick a football and it's not there, we've seen it in the Premier League, haven't we? Do you remember Tim Flowers at Blackburn?
He knelt down
and it's gone
over him, and there's nothing he could do about it. He's ready to collect it. It just hits a divot, goes over his shoulder. There's nothing he can do about it.
It looks funny, and there's a scapegoat, isn't there? And there's a reason why. And the level of abuse, and I mean, I don't do social media now. I've got a Twitter account, but I don't very use it, not personally anyway. And I think if Twitter and social media was a thing back then, I dread to think what potential abuse that I'd have got.
So we had Jonathan Woodgate in here a few months ago, and he gets asked a lot about his Real Madrid debut, own goal, sent off. And he turns around and says, well, talk to me about your Real Madrid debut.
That's a very, very good point, isn't it?
At least he had one.
Yeah.
And at least you've represented England,
yeah.
You know? So all these people talking about you, they could not dream of doing what you've done. That's how I think about it.
That's a great line from Woody as well. It's a very good line. I've got one of his Real Madrid shirts at home. I'll remember that next time we see him.
Right. Another question for Paul Robinson. Question from Navidart. At which club did you enjoy your career the most? Good question.
Yeah, really good question. I've got a real affinity to Leeds and Tottenham. I think I wouldn't have had my career if it wasn't for Leeds United. The grounding that I had, the academy, the upbringing that I had, the people that I've been with and that I learnt from at Leeds, yes. And still living in the area, that's the club that I get back to the most, see most games. Working in the media now, it's probably the ground that I visit the most in the team. As an affinity, I don't really have an affinity because you don't once you've played, really. But the best football of my career and the most enjoyable time was at Tottenham, without a doubt. Blackburn, I mean, people don't remember. I spent 7 years at Blackburn.
Yeah.
Well, people just remember that I played for Leeds and Tottenham. I spent 7 years at Blackburn. Six of them were very happy.
You made more appearances for Blackburn Rovers than any other club.
No, so like I say, 7 years I spent there, and 6 were very happy. I mean, with all the change of ownership and another club behind the scenes that wasn't particularly run very well, made the last year disappointing, and the way that my career came to an end at Blackburn wasn't how I'd want it to be. Hence the reason that when my contract finished, I kind of almost retired.
But this is used for post-match for every home game by the home manager and the away team manager. So the press will come in here, depending on who we're playing, will depend on the number of press. The manager will be up there with his press officer, giving his reaction to the game and how it went. So this is our flash interview area. So it's right next to the pitch, so when the players come in, we can instantly grab them before they go into the change room to do their post-match interview. But this is also where the managers will do pre and post, and the players also do a pre-match interview in here. So this is set up ready for our game tomorrow. As you can see, there's a lot of setup behind it. Each broadcaster gets their own section The camera obviously isn't set up for the player's height because depending on who they interview, the camera will need to change. We have players who are 6'5" and players who are 5'4". As you see, this is the walk the players will make on a match day. The stadium holds 32,500 people. The pitch here is a hybrid pitch. So what we're stood on at the moment is obviously 100% Astro. But then when you go onto the pitch, it's 4.6% artificial. So every 10 centimeters, there's a row of artificial grass, and then the real grass is grown around that. And that makes it more sturdy underfoot and makes sure the players, or helps avoid players getting injured as best as we can. For a grounds team, throughout the week, we only have 3 full-time members who work on the pitch. On a match day, that goes up to about 15 because of the damage that it takes on a match. It has to be taken care of straight away. But like I say, throughout the week, we have 3 people who work on the pitch. They cut it every day. Full-time staff, we have 400 here at the club. That's 250 here at the stadium and 150 down at the training ground. On a match day, you're looking at about 600 to 700 staff here, which includes casual staff, so for catering, security, stewards, and then everything else around that.
Covering every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League, live as they happen. This is Clubhouse TV.
Yes, hello, welcome back. Second half is not yet underway, but it is getting underway very, very shortly indeed. If you just joined us at the break, it is Brighton 0, Manchester City 3 here on Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io. My name is Jack. Hello, and that sat right there is Joe Redmond.
How do?
Hello. We are looking ahead to the second half. We'll also have a little look ahead to the weekend's games as well, Joe, later on, because not every match counts, obviously.
Every
but
point counts
for some teams. And there's a couple of big games, including the North London derby at the weekend as well. It's been a week of derbies.
It has.
One of the biggest is taking place on Sunday afternoon between Arsenal and Spurs. I can't remember. It's at the Emirates.
I think it's at Spurs.
Is it? Okay.
I think it's at Spurs.
Yes, I think you're right, actually, because I remember looking at Arsenal's fixtures when we were doing the 3 title contenders and they're running. I remember thinking, right, well, that's Arsenal's biggest obstacle. If they can get over that, then they've got a really good chance.
Yeah.
It is at Spurs, yeah. Then they're home to Bournemouth, away at United, and home to Everton on
away
the final
at United as well.
Yeah. But I just wonder whether Arsenal's performances are too controlled for United. Liverpool are a bit more sporadic, aren't they? A bit more erratic with their performances. And you always sort of thought, well, if they concede against United, it's going to open up, it's going to be a bit of a ding-dong game. I can't help but feel that if Arsenal get the first goal, their game management is so much better than Manchester United's. But we'll see. But
I think United sometimes turn it into these erratic games.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. But yeah, you are right. I think they've proven over the course of the season Arsenal are better than Liverpool. But we'll see. What would United want to do in that scenario? Do they still class Arsenal as rivals? I mean, I guess they're not bothered who wins it as long as because they
wouldn't want Liverpool to win it. Though,
I think that's the
main
main
thing. They wouldn't want City
to
win it, would they?
Yeah. So they just roll over, do Arsenal a favour. I mean, I personally am not particularly too bothered. I think if I had to choose anybody that's currently left in the title race, it'd be, I don't know, I'm going to say City, but I'm fed up of them winning it.
Yeah.
I am fed up of them winning it. But Arsenal, I don't know.
I know what you mean. I'm obviously, as a Blackpool fan, I'm a complete neutral. I've not even got any interest in a side in that division, so it really doesn't affect me. But originally I thought Liverpool because I thought it would be, Klopp's final season, blah, blah.
See, I'm the exact opposite in terms of personality view then, because you're like, oh, yes, wouldn't that be nice for him? I'm a nice human being. I want nice things that happen to other human beings. I'm like, no, sod him.
Right, okay, yeah.
I don't want him to have a nice time, no. I hope it crashes and burns.
Well, there's the divide here in the studio. I'd say second choice Arsenal, third choice City, I think.
Okay.
But I think the anti-City...
Man's probably the exact opposite.
Yeah, the anti-City stance is no more than what you're saying. Is that I've seen them do it plenty of times. I've also watched City a lot this season, so I kind of know what they're about, and I've kind of sort of got a grasp on them, and I know they're really good, and therefore they don't need to prove it to me by winning the title, I guess. But yeah, either way, I'm not especially. I've not got an interest either way. But I think if say Liverpool are out of it, I think I'd want Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let us know on the chat. We could, if Dean's all right to do a poll. Who do you want to win the title? Not who do you think will win. Who do you want to see?
Now,
win?
I'm interested to see Dean's thinking here. Does he include Liverpool in it? Because
should we leave that up to him?
Yeah, it's up to Dean.
Yeah.
Does Dean still think Liverpool will have a chance?
Are we going to throw him out to the Wolves here?
Yeah, let's see. He's
not
nodding.
He's not putting Wolves in it. No.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Wolves.
See if anyone votes for Wolves.
I would do. If that's not really, I'd vote for Wolves.
We've seen a double change for Brighton at the break, by the way. Going off, Adam Lallana, who you mentioned you were surprised to see start a game. Well, he's only had 45 minutes and he's been hooked. And Joel Veltman as well. Joel Veltman has gone. Coming on are Adingra, Simon Adingra, who's had a decent enough season, decent enough start. And also Afire as well. Odeluga Afire, a 21-year-old defender who was last seen playing for Brighton under 18s. And that was in a 6-0 victory over Aston Villa, under 18s.
Is this another example of Brighton just spawning a wonder kid?
It is. He was on the bench for the Burnley game, actually.
Was he? Can't say I noticed him.
No.
I was there as well.
I would have been impressed if you'd noticed him because he didn't come on.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But if you'd spotted him on the bench, there's Odeluga Afire. Been waiting for him to emerge.
I'm not one of them that reads a team sheet, especially the opposition player. I barely even read
don't look at
subs.
the back of your programme.
No, I don't even buy programmes. That's £4.
Yeah, they are expensive now. They might even want that. Either way, they are.
I don't know how much they are. They could be £3. I just I ain't bought one for a long time.
No.
I tell you what, the main problem is for me is I don't carry cash. I just pay for everything on my phone, and you can't get a program unless you go into the club shop with your phone. And I'm not queuing up in the club shop for a program. The program's a bit of a I'll quickly get one sort of thing, innit? And you can't quickly get one without cash.
That's true. I only carry cash when I've been to see elderly relatives because they
give you the
deal
cash.
in cash. They give cash for my daughter and say, that's £20 for you. And then what I do, I put £20 in from my account into hers, and then I just keep the cash. And then and that's the only time I ever carry it. So if you ever see me with cash, you know I've recently visited an elderly relative. First corner of the second half, by the way,
Which
gets us a free bet. No, we've not had it yet, but first one does get us a free bet. Joe's getting very excited.
I am, because it was showing that replay, that guy falling over and kicking the ball out 15 times.
I can see why you thought it, yeah. First corner of the second half. When it comes in, we will give two of you a free bet. We'll do the usual go. Usernames, please. Your sportsbet.io usernames in, and we will hopefully furnish you two of you with free bets. So far, 4 winners, and we'll hopefully get some more early on in this second half. Black Dog says Liverpool is out. Dan says Arsenal for sure. We'll take a look at the results. There's been 7 votes so far. Who would you prefer to win the Premier League title? And question, Joe, will it go down to the final day?
Yes.
Yes.
It will. Yes, it will. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I've not seen the fixtures, but I think it will. I think it'll go down to the final day because they've been.
We've read at Arsenal.
Yeah, they've been like that all season, haven't they? So I just think that's going to continue. But I don't think it's going to be the 3-team showdown that we thought it was going to be. I think it's going to be between Arsenal and City on the final day. I don't think it's going to be as many twists and turns as usually, because we've seen it happen a few times now, haven't we?
Yeah.
I just think it'll probably be a run-of-the-mill City victory on the last day. Having said that, I have no idea who they're playing.
Let's face it, we want it to go down to the final day of the season.
Yeah.
We mentioned that Arsenal play Everton on the final day of the season. City's last game, they of course have got a couple more to play. Well, they'll have one more to play, won't they?
They've got the harder game.
Away at Spurs, still to come. And then home to West Ham on the final day of the season.
Where are Arsenal? They're home against
They're
Everton.
home to Everton on the final day of the season. Will that be a David Moyes swan song, that? Because it looks like he is off in the summer, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it will be. I think Moyes is off. And I think it's a similar thing to like United and Ten Hag. I just think like come to its natural end. Let them go their separate ways.
Yeah, fans have not been particularly pleased with him, have they, in recent weeks? Right, let's have a look at the poll then. 58% for Arsenal, 42% say they would prefer City to win it, 0% for Liverpool, but as Black Dog confirms, most people, I think, now believe that Liverpool are out of the title race. It's been a poor week, hasn't it, for Liverpool? And that was just such a poor display against in a match that they needed to win, and a match that the fans were so desperate to win as well.
A team that they are so much better than as well. They're so much better than Everton. Man for man.
A bit outdished.
Yeah, they have. Honestly, he peak Dyche ball last night. Really, really was.
I thought you said Pete Dyche. Is that his brother?
No, peak Dyche ball.
Yeah.
But the one thing that annoys me is people still call it like peak Burnley. Like, there's a reason why Everton now play like that and Burnley don't.
Yeah.
It's let's call it Dyche ball now, please. Let's everybody realise it wasn't Burnley. It was Dyche. We've moved on.
Yeah, you moved on.
Not necessarily for the better, I guess.
You got Vincent in charge now. Is he sticking around? I presume he is. Even if
I
he go
hope
down?
so.
Yeah,
I hope so. I say they're not necessarily for the best. That depends on your opinion and stuff. At the minute, it's looking like we're going to be relegated in the Championship next season. But why choose anybody else?
He's got you out there once.
Yeah, he's got me out there once. We know he's good enough to get us out there, and we know he's good enough to do a complete rebuild in case we need to do that again.
Corner, as Joe confirmed. It is a Manchester City corner. The free kick was whipped in, and it comes off a Brighton defender. So in a few moments' time, we'll give away one of these. So there we go. The next free bet lands as we see what City do with this corner. They think about taking it short. I don't think they are going to. No, it is lofted into the middle. City player meets it, and Brighton absolutely hoof that away upfield. There is nobody in the City half for Brighton currently, but that will be. That was a unceremonious hack away that from Brighton. Clear their lines. It's still only 3-0, 52 minutes played, but there is the first corner. They've made changes, Joe, for the second half. Obviously, Adingra is a danger, but they've also brought on an untested defender as well. So. Yeah, interesting choice of sub from De Zerbi. It
is, and obviously this is the second youngster that we've seen playing. I think that again just highlights what we've been saying already, that Brighton aren't really playing for anything in the minute. He's trying untested kids now to get minutes into the legs and potentially value onto them as footballers. So I think Brighton are just easing towards the end of the season at this stage.
Yeah, although they're making a route through, and that was forcing the City goalkeeper into a save. I think it was the substitute, actually, Adingra, who sort of bulldozed his way through a couple of defenders and suddenly found himself in on goal. But Ederson was there, quickly out to the rescue, and it remains 3-0 to Manchester City. So my Telegram has just frozen for a second, but if you see the go, remember to get your sportsbet.io username in.
Go is in.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Dean. It is in there. It's in. My Telegram is stop, so I can't see it at the moment. But we will count up the names.
That's not the official stop.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No.
Stop.
I should have said pause to avoid any confusion. We'll get those names. We'll count them up. We'll see if we can get the big 2-0 again. We surpassed it by quite some distance last time out. And we will give away 2 more free bets very shortly indeed. Onion St. Gilward, by the way, 3 goals up now.
Has Sykesy come on yet?
He's not. No, he's still on the bench, I believe. Imagining a walk through, yomping through Burnley with his hound.
A nice little bit of a grassland behind there.
Oh, he's just come on now.
Has he actually?
Yeah.
Up the Ross.
He has replaced Kevin McAllister, who is
from Home Alone?
Yeah, Alexis's brother, isn't he?
Is he actually?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. And the one from Home Alone as well. Yeah. But 3-0 up, and Ross Sykes is on the pitch. So what is not to like?
Joel's neighbour is on the pitch, everybody.
What is not to like about Onion St. Gilward tonight? They're 3-0 up. City are 3-0 up. Feyenoord are 2-1 up. So if you're on the away sides tonight, Roma also winning, of course, away earlier tonight as well. So it's been a good day to be the visitors. I can see all your names coming in. Thank you very much. Loads of them in there so far. Seeing a few of you hello to Kasra and Taf9 as well. Mison is in there as well. Flocky, I can see your name. Brahi, you're definitely in this time as well. So, thank you for getting all those in. We will very shortly do the draw. We'll keep the same format. Joe will do the random number generator. I'll do some live on-air counting, and we will get you some free bets this evening as Brighton try and forge a path forward. They've certainly been a bit more enterprising so far in the second half, haven't they?
Yeah, but they got off to a decent start in the first half, didn't they?
Yeah, true.
The first 10 minutes was slow, admittedly, but Brighton were the better of that. And, kind of similar thing now without really creating anything.
No, passing it around, they may well have learnt a lesson from that first half when they gave it away, passing around a bit too intricately around the back, and City took advantage with that Phil Foden strike. But it's KDB with the first and a couple from Phil Foden. So if they either or both are in your fantasy team, then you're having a good evening so far. Brighton about to make another change. Jakub Mulder is leaving the field, and he is going to be replaced by, let's see who it is. Who's the man coming on? Do we recognise him? Oh, it's Igor. It is the Brazilian Igor. He's another defender, actually. He was last seen against Burnley.
Was he?
Yeah, he played 78 minutes.
I did recognise him.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah. He got a rating of 7 out of 10.
Yeah, standard. That's what I thought that when he played. I thought, this guy's average.
He's a
Neither
7
here
out of
nor
10
there.
guy, he said, didn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to my dad.
Excellent. Well, here come Brighton, actually, on the move. They've got options down the right. 4 players in the middle, but the cross is not delivered. Nathan Ake blocks it, and I think that is going to be a corner. Dingra certainly wants a corner. I think that's what he's got. Let's have a look. Oh, he's asking for more because it's come off Ake's hand.
It's by his side, though, isn't it?
I don't
but
think
is up there unnatural?
Yeah, it was sort of like that.
It's like that, yeah. But they're there, sort of thing. So it's not out from the body, but then that's not natural. But I don't even know what the rules are anymore, to be fair, with regards to handball.
It is going to be a corner. We will count those entries up for the free bet very shortly. See what this Brighton corner conjures up. It's a deep one, actually. 2 Brighton players jump, and then the goalkeeper comes to collect. So danger over for now. But Lewis Dunk in the heart of the action again. He's actually stayed on the floor here alongside a City defender. But Edison came. Let's have a look at this. So Edison comes to collect in a moment. The first contact was actually with his own player from Lewis Dunk.
Yeah, because Guardiola just seems to sit on the floor. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, and then they all seem to trip over him.
Yeah. You remember when you were at primary school? Obviously, we went to primary school in, I'll say similar areas, but I think you're from the nice part of Blackpool. But at a similar time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they did it in Blackpool. It might just be a Burnley thing, which would make sense. But there used to be this thing where somebody would go behind somebody, go on their hands and knees behind them, and then somebody would come up to them, pretend to chat, and then just push them. So then you'd get pushed, and then you'd fall over the guy behind you.
I do vaguely remember that. Yeah.
It used to happen to be hot time.
Here comes City. It's a chance, and the goalkeeper has to come out in the second attempt. Jason Steele collects, and it was Alvarez again. He's getting chances, but he's just not putting them away, is he? I don't know how easy this was actually.
Yeah,
he has to take it first time, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's not a clear-cut chance, and it is a shot on target, I suppose. But I'm not sure Haaland would have done too much better with that.
No, it's going to be a corner, I think. Yeah. Were you the pusher or the one who was pushed?
I did both.
Both.
Sometimes even the guy that kneels behind.
Versatile. You took on all the roles. Yeah.
I was the Graham Branch of that trick.
Fair enough.
That's what's the word? Where something's rare, niche. That's a niche. Niche thing I've just said.
It's a niche reference, yeah. Here's something that's not niche. It's Phil Foden taking a corner. We've seen plenty of City come. What are we on corner counts? Let's have
I think
a look.
4 for City, 2 for Brighton, off the top of my head. That is genuinely a guess.
4-3.
Oh.
You weren't far away. Yeah.
Yeah, Brighton not long had one, have they? To be fair.
That's the 7th corner of the game, that one. Corner-wise, let's have a look at some prices. We haven't done any prices for a while. So, obviously, City, in terms of the 90-minute market here, in terms of the win market, it's no longer available for City. You can back the draw at 55. You can back Brighton at 85. You can have a look at over 3.5 goals at 1.2, over 4.5 goals at 2.18, and over 5.5 goals at 3.08. Next goal, 4th goal of the game, City 1.78. That seems okay considering how they've been in this second half. Okay, Brighton have got going a little bit, but City have still been on top, and they obviously have the firepower. No further goals, 4.0, and Brighton to score the next goal at 3.65. I'm going to ask you very shortly, Joe, for your best bet in play, if you don't mind. But yeah, City to score the next goal 1.74 would certainly tempt me. Both teams score yes is now 2.52, no is 1.51, and you can have a look at some correct scores and some anytime goal scorers as well. If you think Julian Alvarez has done enough to merit a goal, he is 3.1 anytime in this game. For Brighton, Simon Adingra, who's come on and looked pretty lively, he's 6.6. We've got Bernardo Silva at 6.0. We have Nathan Ake at 13s. And Josko Gvardiol is 13s as well. So plenty of options when it comes to the next goal scorers. City over 3.5 goals. That's one more, 1.5. Two more City goals over 4.5 is 3.5 as well. So what's tickling your fancy?
Race to 5 corners. Okay. Manchester City are currently on 4. Brighton are currently on 3, as you have just explained to all the lovely listeners and viewers. Race to 5 corners, Manchester City at 2.14. So double your money for City to have the next or the next corner after that.
And here they come, City on the march into the penalty area. Goalkeeper comes, can't close the angle, and they put it in. It's a goal. City have a fourth, and he has got it. 3.1 was the prize for Julian Alvarez, and he has got a really simple finish. Brighton are appealing for a handball.
They are.
So we'll just wait and see. VAR might have a look at it, but we'll give you one of these anyway. Referee is getting word in his ear that they will check this, but Brighton 0, City 4, and this was not convincing defending from Brighton either, was it?
No, it's a long ball over the top from the goalkeeper. Is it Walker with the handball that they're thinking it is? And then it's obviously not Alvarez.
So let's have a look when he can. It must be there, mustn't it? It's Foden, isn't it? Is it Foden?
I think that's Walker.
Is it Walker?
Yeah, but unless it bounces onto his arm afterwards.
Sorry, you're right. It's Walker. I mean, how do you control that? Oh, it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, but still,
it's
that
bouncing
was
around.
That was hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's difficult to control that without it sort of bouncing up.
I know.
I feel like he tried to get his hand up the way.
Unless it's that.
Oh yeah, maybe sliding on the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That is when Van Heck put his arm up. We'll see. In the meantime, we'll give away a free bet. My Telegram has gone very, very slow.
Yeah, I've not seen a...
Oh, yes. It's delayed for me, so Dean's confirmed in the chat that he has stopped it.
To be fair, I have got the message
Thank you, Dean.
Yeah. Mine's not showing messages again then, because I never got a stop.
He stood up as well, so I knew there was something he wanted to get across. Right, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, we passed the 20 mark, Joe. 21. Yes. Navidart, you're last. You are 22. Right. Let's get some of you some free bets. This is free bet number 3.
The first winner is 22.
Oh, it is 22.
22 again.
Well, that is you then.
Me?
Navidart. Yeah. That is you, Navidart. You are in. You're the last one at 22. Not Joe. Joe got momentarily excited.
Yeah.
Navidart, you've won yourself a free bet of 10 USD.
Congratulations to Navidart, and as well, congratulations to number 18.
Number 18. I'll just watch this Brighton attack, which goes out for a corner. Let's have a look then. 21, 2019. That's Flocky. Flocky, you've got yourself a free bet. You are number 18. So Flocky and Navidar get the thumbs up from Dean. So you two are added to the list. That is 6 of you now that have won yourselves free bets this evening. And don't forget, we'll do it all over again at the weekend as well. So more chances to win free bets and more chances to join in with the chat as well. As we always say, we love you watching along on YouTube. We love you watching along on sportsbet.io as well. You can also watch on Telegram too, but if you're not on Telegram, you can come over and join us. Have a look for the live stream chat, Clubhouse TV. You'll find us on there. Loads of discussion about what's going on. We've got people like Viv sharing their bets on there. We've got people discussing what's happening in the games, voting on our polls as well. And of course, as we've just seen, your chance to win yourself a few free bets as well throughout the course of the games. Phil Foden is rubbing the back of his head here, Joe. Did you see what happened?
It was more of felt like a coming together. I'm not sure if he's hit his head on the way down or something, but it looked just like, Gareth Southgate's watching on, looking very concerned because he's thinking, well, if he gets injured, I can't ruin the Euros for England now by falling out of position. That's obviously what he's thinking about. But no, it just felt like a bit of a coming together more than anything else. I'm not sure why he's holding the back of his head. And just to rewind slightly, that Brighton chance ended in a goal kick to City rather than a Brighton corner.
Right.
So we are still on the 3-4 in terms of corners if you did get on the Man City fifth corner.
And the goal did stand as well. So if you're on 3.1 for Julian Alvarez anytime, it was... I think we only mentioned it, 2 minutes before he scored, maybe? So hopefully a few of you got on before that.
You need to be quick
with
these tips.
Hopefully a few of you got on before that. And also, if you were back in over 4.5 City goals, then you only need one more now. City also were 1.78. We mentioned that to score the next goal of the game. Again, that didn't take long to land. But let's have a look. What's the price on City to score the next? Because that is... City have... Obviously, as we know, City are... not even available to back anymore. But you can now back them to score the fifth goal. And I realise that we are running out of time, but there's still a good 25 minutes. 1.89 is the price of Sportsbet.io for City to score the next goal of the game. I think I'm quite happy to take that.
Yeah, and here goes Kyle Walker as they're bombing forward again now. So there's obviously still chances, like you say.
Here he comes.
Oh, he just gives the ball away slightly, but I thought they headed it into the back of his own net then.
Yeah, up and under, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And goalkeeper comes to collect. Feyenoord, by the way, 3-1 up on Go Ahead Eagles now. The first goal was an own goal. The latest is from Ayase Ueda, who is the Japanese international. He has notched his first goal since mid-March when he scored against Heerenveen. So he has added his name to the score sheet. Go Ahead Eagles 1, Feyenoord 3.
Happy days for Feyenoord.
Yeah, obviously, as we said earlier, PSV absolutely romping to victory. Beat it. Actually, I said 7-0 earlier, didn't I? 8-0 it ended. It was 7-0 when I left the car. 8-0 it ended. So they are on 84 points. Feyenoord on 75. There are just 3 games left to play. And that means that as long as things stay the same, Feyenoord essentially need to win every single game. And PSV need to lose every single game with a swing of a roundabout 36 goals. No, I might have done my maths wrong there. It might be 41, actually. PSV this season, Joe, 31 games played. Guess how many goals PSV have scored?
In
31 games. 31 Eredivisie
so,
games. Considering they scored 8 tonight, that might give you a clue.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I was thinking in my head then, surely they haven't scored a minimum of 3. So if they played 31, 62, 93. So I'm going to say around 84, because surely they've not averaged more than 3 a game.
103.
Wow.
103 goals in 31
so they've
games.
Averaged more than 3 a game.
They have.
Wow.
8 tonight. It was 6 against Vitesse. So actually 14 of those have come in the last 2 games. 5 against Alkmaar before that. So what's that? That is 19 in the last 3 for PSV. 31 games, then how many goals do you think they've conceded?
About just less than 1 a game, so 28.
17.
Ooh, they are pretty rampant then.
That is some season, isn't it?
Yeah.
103 goals scored,
It's nearly
17
as good as Bayer
conceded.
Leverkusen season.
I thought you were going to say as Burnley. Next up, they host...
Burnley last season, maybe.
Burnley last season, yeah. Next, they host mid-table Sparta Rotterdam at the Philips Stadion. So,
That'll be 6-0.
Yeah,
Easy,
more
easy
goals.
win.
More goals likely, certainly, as they face Sparta Rotterdam this weekend. But yeah, what a triumphant season. Feyenoord, as good as they have been, have never really stood a chance against that level. That is just sensational. And PSV on their way to the title. They pretty much
How many
won it.
games have they lost?
I think they've lost 1, if I remember rightly. I might be wrong about that. They certainly have. It's no more than 1.
Because Bayer Leverkusen are on not the cusp of, but that could be on the about to achieve is. Oh, hold on, is that pen to Brighton?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's not giving it.
He's not giving it.
Yeah, I might look at it though.
Oh, yeah, 1 game they've lost.
Yeah, so it's mad what Leverkusen are doing, isn't it? Like all 3 trophies that they're competing in, not lost a game all season.
I know.
Sensational.
It was only a few weeks ago actually they lost. It was 3-1 defeat to NSA Nijmegen on the 30th of March. But yeah. Well done to PSV. Not that they need my congratulations, but well done all the same to PSV.
Critchley congratulations is what's the word I'm looking for?
Is this,
Coveted.
Yeah.
It's a coveted achievement in
The
the
final
world
seal
sport.
on a tremendous season. Here come Brighton again. They're asking a few questions now. Obviously, we looked at City 1.89 to score the next goal of the game, and I'm not deviating from that currently, but if you were on that, I think Brighton are just giving you one or two scares here because they are having a go.
What's the ref doing here?
I don't know. It's made De Zerbi squint, whatever it is he's doing.
Is he?
Is this the penalty decision before? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's soft if they've brought it back for that.
But so was the free kick.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. It's
So-
there is contact and the hand is on him, but then he just throws himself to the ground. I think players have been stopped now while they're looking at this.
Yeah, Gavardiol it was who is the potential offender. Then collides with his own goalkeeper. There's not much in that. There was the slightest of slight contact, but he's got his hands up early, Gavardiol, to say, "Look, I'm not touching him," and I think that's probably enough to save City. We are seeing a double change for City, by the way. Jack Grealish and Nunez are both coming on the field. Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden are the players making way. Not bad when you can take those two off.
Yeah, he's taking the big guns off now, and he's still bringing on some very good footballers.
Bring on some slightly smaller guns, but still pretty large.
Yeah, so he's taken off a pair of cannons for now a pair of machine guns or something.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah, some good players to be able to bring off the bench, isn't it? And obviously job done, so he's resting the players now for the weekend.
He is indeed, yeah. So City 4 up, 72 minutes gone. Can Brighton salvage some sort of consolation? If you do think Brighton score, by the way, both teams to score is now 3.2. No is 1.32. Next goal, Brighton 4.0. City 2.24 to score the next goal of the game. Might still have a look at that. And in terms of anytime goal scorer, who hasn't scored for City so far? I suppose Jack Grealish hasn't. He's just come on the field, 6.7 for him. Kyle Walker, 19.5. Rodri hasn't scored, has he? 8.7. Kovacic, 13s. And Bernardo Silva, who's had a quiet game, actually, by his own high standards, 6.7 for Bernardo Silva to score any time. There's also a player to score the next goal, by the way. That might be a more lucrative market, actually.
Yeah.
Because, of course, you can have anyone who's still on the field in that. Jack Grealish's 12s. It might be that you want to actually look at Julian Alvarez, 5.7 for him. And Simon Adingra, who's looked reasonably lively since coming on, he's on there as well. He is 14s to score the next goal of the game.
Yeah, it's one of them with City, isn't it? Like they've got goals all over the pitch, so it can be difficult to find the next goal scorer with stuff like that. I always find it's a bit too specific for me. Is the next goal scorer?
Yeah. We only had one booking in this game so far. That has gone to Joel Veltman, who was booked in the first half. So I reckon that the next time the referee gets his cards out, any card, yellow or red, Christmas, Easter, birthday, yeah, get well soon, retirement, any of those, we will give away the next free bet. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. You tend to see more yellows in the second half.
Yeah,
so
tired legs and all that.
Fingers crossed we see another one soon. And there's been a couple of challenges recently, like Forden were down for a little bit, so we'll see.
Yeah, so the next time we see a card, that'll be the trigger for the next free bet. If there hasn't been a card by 85 minutes, say, we will introduce another free bet to run alongside concurrently, so we'll have two on the go. If I forget my own words, just give me a nudge on the chat and we'll introduce one at around about 85 minutes or so. But for now, we're looking for a booking, any player on the field. We're going to extend that actually to any management as well, anyone in the dugout. It's not particularly feisty game, so it's unlikely, but every now and again, as Brighton go close with a chance from distance, Danny Welbeck with the effort from the edge of the area.
I did worry for Brighton when I saw Welbeck was starting. Like, he doesn't seem to start. I mean, someone might pull a stat out and prove me entirely wrong, but I don't feel he's started as much this season he has done in the last few seasons. Obviously, there's been injuries to the likes of Evan Ferguson and stuff like that. As soon as I say that, he's going off.
Yeah. A lot of people think Evan Ferguson's been underused, but there must be something.
He's injured, I think, isn't he?
There must be an injury or something, mustn't there? He
sure
is currently down as having an ankle injury. Yeah. They have got a few, actually. Billy Gilmore's injured. Pelvis Estupinian's injured. Jake Hinchelwood. Tariq Lamptey. Solly March. James Milner.
Some good players there.
Caro Matoma, he's injured as well.
Oh, he's very good.
Yeah.
He's very good.
So all of those is quite a big, long injury list, actually.
I mean, we're here criticising De Zerbi, saying it's not good enough.
Yeah.
They should be doing better. This is probably a very good reason as to why they are where they are.
I think it is, yeah. Danny Welbeck off. Mark O'Mahony is on the field.
Is that another wonder kid?
He's 19.
Yeah.
He was given 2 minutes against Burnley.
I remember
Britt.
that. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, this is that wonder kid.
Yeah, and you said, these 2 minutes are just going to light up this game, didn't you?
Yeah, and it did.
And here he is getting significantly longer, at least 15, minimum of 15 for Mark O'Mahony, who is on the field. It's Mark O'Mahony, not Marco Mahoney. You know what I mean?
Glad you cleared
the
that
O's
up.
attached to his second name.
Yeah,
not
I'm
his
glad
first
you
name.
cleared that up.
Yeah.
I presume he's Irish then, is he?
He sounds very Irish, yeah. Yes, he's got the Irish flag next to his name. Wearing the number 55. He was signed from... Oh, here we go. What's the referee going to do?
It's a booking, I think. I mean, we'll double check.
Oh, I mean, that is... Yeah.
That is a booking.
That is an archetypal booking. It's Belaba.
And there it is. There's
There it is.
confirmation.
Here we go. I mean, that is it's a cynical, it's a tired tug of the shirt.
We said
isn't
that,
it?
didn't we? Tired legs.
Yeah.
People getting frustrated because they're 4-0 down. It was a very... People, I think, when you'd have put up a yellow card, I bet a few people were thinking, that's not going to come in, Jack. I'm disappointed with that.
Well, I
But
hope they weren't.
You were bang on. So
Yeah.
even if they were, you can say to them now, well, I told you
Have I
so.
silenced my doubters?
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
You silenced your doubters.
I tell you what, some good GIF work going on the chat. If you're a fan of GIFs, get yourself on the live stream Clubhouse TV chat on Telegram, because there's always, there's always a few good. I like the egg. The egg with the yellow card, the yellow hat, sorry. And the referee as well from Hakan, about to dish out the yellow card, is very, very good as well. So, yeah, yellow, free bet lands. When you see the go, we will give your chance to send in the username. It's your sportsbet.io username that we need from you, and we'll give away 2 more free bets. As we've mentioned a few times this evening, my Telegram is a little bit on the slow side. So if I don't see the go or the stop, I'm not ignoring you all. Dean gives us a thumbs up. He'll let us know. It is just running for whatever reason. It's running at different speeds for all 3 of us tonight, and we've no idea why. But yeah, we will give away a free bet. We promise it will be coming. Joe has got that random number generator hooked up. He's loaded it up. He's given it a nudge, given it a kick, haven't you, to get it working. And yeah, we're seeing some changes for City here as well. Oscar Bob is coming on, and so is Jeremy Doku as well here, Joe.
Yeah.
Kyle Walker giving the armband away.
So more people going off, more people being rested.
Rico Lewis as well. So who's he going to give the armband to? It's got to be Nathan Ake. He's going to take it. Walker going off for Lewis. Silva going off for Doku. Thought I saw Bob warming up as well, but maybe I imagined that.
I did like the ceremonial handing over of the band there. I thought it
Yeah.
was all very dramatic.
Yeah. Rodri's going off as well.
It put it on.
Yeah,
And
the
then
other one is Gomez.
he gave him an high five, and then he hugged him. It's like, most times people just take it off and throw it to the nearest player, and then they go and give it to him, and they throw it to him. This felt very. This is now yours.
You're right. It was ceremonial,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, I've seen the stop. Thank you, Dean. That is in.
Thank you, Dean.
Yeah,
I didn't even see the go.
No, yours.
I'm not even gonna go.
Yours is running all sorts of different speeds.
Mine's all over it, yeah.
I'll do some counts anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I know this is riveting for you all. 21, 22, 23 is how many we've got.
Right, let's hope that this time. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not going to say who's 23rd on my screen, but the last 2, we've had a 25 and whatever the last number was on the last one. Let's hope it doesn't go to the last one again.
No.
But
Hey,
if it comes in, it comes in. I will be honest.
It comes in. Yeah. Hey, have you seen that YouTube channel where that guy just counts? Yeah. Live on air.
He counts live on there, and then he counts again. When some other guy shouts a number out, he counts to that number again.
And sometimes he counts twice because he's lost count. Yeah, it's amazing.
And then they mention this guy called Dean giving a thumbs up.
Get yourself tuned in. Yeah. Brilliant. No, we weave lots of magic here on Clubhouse TV.
Well, me and Jack don't. The people behind the scenes do.
They do indeed. Yeah. We're just the counters on air. But yeah, if you like counting and you like football and you like betting, it's all rolled into one
In
here. In that order, yeah. So let's see then. We will get you, hopefully, a free bet.
Right, here we go then. The first winner is... Oh, it's a low one.
Oh, makes my life easier.
Number 8.
Number 8 then. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Veritas. Veritas, you are a free bet winner. So far, and these are probably famous last words.
Yeah.
So far, all different winners.
Yeah. So Hakan's going to win this one then.
Yeah, let's see.
Or somebody else.
Okay, let's get another number from you.
I hope it's not Hakan now, because everyone will be like, fix.
Yeah.
It's a fix. This one is, even lower. Number 6.
Oh, it is Hakan.
Oh! No.
Yeah.
It's not a fix.
It's not a
but
fix.
he is our favourite.
But it is Hakan.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
he's not.
As soon as you said that, I counted up. I saw that Hakan was 6, and you said even lower, and I thought, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. Hakan, sorry to put a little bit of darkness on your win, but that is your second of the night. So Veritas, you're a winner. And Hakan, I should never have opened my mouth and said we've only had first.
Yeah, I think we both had a hand in that. Because you said, oh, it's not happened yet. I said, oh, what if it's Hakan? Shock horror, it happens again. And it's
out
Hakan.
of all the previous winners, he was the one you picked. And
it's the only one I can remember.
Yeah. So there's a cloud hanging over that.
Yeah.
But Hakan, you are a winner. Veritas, you're a winner. And we do have one more to give away as well. Joe, I'll let you have a little think, and you can decide on the criteria for the final free bet, if you like.
Yes. What have we had? I want something relatively easy that can come in within 10
goals,
minutes.
Corners, bookings, and shots on target, haven't we, so far?
An offside, or is that too easy? Should we have an offside?
We have an offside for any particular team, or
any team?
Okay,
any team.
Yeah.
An offside. Because I were just going to go corners, but we've already had it.
Okay, an offside,
and we'll have an offside. Did my City race to 5 corners come in, or what? Or is
they did have one before, didn't they? Let's have a look.
Corner kicks? No, 3-4.
Okay, there's still time. It's not dead though. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not dead.
Yeah.
And City to win to 0, I believe.
Yeah, you did say that. You said City to win, and both teams scored no, didn't you? As what your pre-show pick.
Oh, forget the honor 2.5.
Yeah, no, we don't mention that, do we? No. Yeah. We do. We're obviously honest, and
well, there was a reason why
that fell by the wayside of 34 minutes. But you did say that you felt as though City would run away with it.
Yeah,
Brighton
this is where Brighton get a consolation later on.
But here comes City. They could get themselves a corner here.
Go on, or an offside for the creatures.
That might be a bit too quick fire. We need some drama.
Yeah. Oh, is that a foul? He's given a foul.
Yeah, it is going to be a City free kick. It's going to be taken quickly, I think. Yeah, it is. And it's gone down this right-hand side.
The guy behind me, if that were Burnley, he won't be happy if we took it quickly.
Does he not like quick free kicks?
Oh, God, no. No. Don't like quick free kicks. You don't like passing it around the back. Just hit it, Burnley. What he shouts.
My dad hates when Blackpool play it backwards.
Oh, yeah.
In any way, shape or form. If the ball goes backwards, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, doesn't like it. City... that comes to nothing, actually. So they probably should have waited.
Yeah, they should have waited. The guy behind me is a tactical genius.
Get him to the Amex tonight, and he would have given them some wise words. Here come Brighton anyway, hoping to get a foothold in this game. Joe's obviously hoping that they don't. Few up. Brighton are still committing numbers forwards.
They are. The fans are no longer committed, though. They've all seemed to have gone home.
Yeah. There are still a few markets, by the way, left at sportsbet.io if you want to get involved. Over 4.5 goals, so one more in this game. That's for either side, 2.42. Just gone up to 2.54 as we speak. Brighton score the next goal, 5.9. City, 3.55 to score the next goal. Both teams to score is now 5.6. That is for yes. We also
referee.
have correct score markets as well. For it to stay 4-0, 1.57. 4-1, 6.8. And 44s for 4-2. That would be some end to the game, wouldn't it? The goal scorer markets are all still there as well. You can have a look at what else have we got. Brighton score in the second half. That's 5.8. By the way, if you do think that Brighton are going to score, both teams to score is 5.6. Go right down to the bottom and they can find Brighton to score at 5.8. So you get a bigger price just by going a bit further down and finding Brighton to score as opposed to both teams to score. Not much. It's 5.8 as opposed to 5.6, but it makes a difference.
Yeah, every penny counts.
And here they come. Low cross. Oh, takes a deflection off the Brighton player. It was João Pedro who was waiting. And did it come off him last? I think it might have done. Yeah,
I think it's a goal kick.
Let's have a look. It's a nice move, actually. Well worked. And it does come off his. He was running into the box, and it comes off his left foot as he tried to come across. So, hands on the face from João Pedro, who is. He's not done a lot tonight, has he? So far,
No, he's been quiet.
He's been playing on the left. Of the three that started behind Welbeck. So he's not. I think he's better centrally. I think he's better as the main man, but he's been playing on the left-hand side today. The others. Welbeck, Morda and Lallana, all of his other compatriots who started the game in those positions, have all gone off. He's the only remaining one on the field. And
he's probably been, and they've all been quiet, to be fair, Brighton, all of their forwards, but he has been quiet.
He has indeed. So 85.5 minutes played. We're into the 89th minute between Go Ahead Eagles and Feyenoord. I feel Feyenoord have wrapped that up long time ago. City have won it back off Brighton. And they will start again.
Left one on him there, did he? I feel like Brighton have kind of suddenly upped the game a little bit, where they're pressing City a lot better than they have done for like the last 10-15 minutes. I'm not really sure why. Teams normally just go into the shells at this point. Maybe they've just Deserby's been shouting at the sidelines, so now they're like,
maybe just the fresh faces have just brought a bit of impetus. Yeah, players desperate to impress, including our mate Marco Mahoney. Where's the O? You decide. I
think I prefer the name Marco to Mark.
Marco. Yeah, it gives a more continental flavour.
Yeah,
it
does.
Irish.
And Mark sounds like he's like in his 50s and from the northwest of England, sort of thing.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I'm just laughing at. I can say thanks for fixing it. We have one more free bet to give away. Remember, we're waiting for an offside decision for either side, and that will get you the final free bet.
I do apologise if it doesn't come in.
One last big batch of counting for you. And then, of course, we'll do it all over again. I'm here on Saturday, actually, between 5 and 10 with those two late games with Gav. The games on Saturday. In fact, there is a 12:30 kickoff, actually. West Ham against Liverpool.
Is there? So there's Premier League every single time slot this weekend.
We are on air from 12:15 till 10 o'clock on Saturday.
I'm glad they break the shifts up.
Yeah. So do join us if you like. You'll have James Butler for the first, West Ham Liverpool. Then he's got 3 o'clock kickoffs, including Manchester United against Burnley.
Up the Clarets.
Fulham Crystal Palace. You did mention there were London derbies, didn't you? Fulham Palace is one of those. Newcastle Sheffield United and Wolves Luton. And then I'm here for Everton Brentford at 5:30 and Aston Villa Chelsea at 8 o'clock.
An action-packed day of football, hopefully, and 3 points for the Clarets at Old Trafford, which is a task.
Yeah, I mean, it's not out of the question given how they've been playing.
Yeah, I mean, Sheffield United
scored twice.
Yeah, and went ahead twice. But they do have players like Bruno Fernandes who does tend to get them over the line, and they have the extra man as well when the referee's there. So there is that. But Burnley need to pick up some points. We need to be within 2 points of Forest on the final day because our goal difference is so bad. And the fact that Forest have got to play Sheffield United yet tells me they will win. So we're going to need to win and draw before the final day of the season to hope that we get to within 2 points of them, because we're currently 3 points away from them. So we're going to need 7 points probably from the last 4 games.
You've only lost one of the last 7 though.
Correct, and that was at Everton where we had an absolute no-show. But even if it wasn't for the goalkeeper mistake, we probably would have drawn it because Everton offered nothing except the goalkeeper mistake.
Dice ball. So you away to Manchester United, home to Newcastle, away to Spurs, and then home to Forest, as you say, on the final day of the season. So a few tricky ones there, but I mean, you've taken points recently off Brighton and Wolves and Chelsea. You beat Brentford. You would have looked at those games a few weeks ago and said, they're potentially tricky.
Yeah.
And you've done all right.
And we should have beat Brighton. We should have beat Wolves. So, we are getting better, but it's probably just a little bit too little too late. Company has finally decided to drop Trafford. He waited till late March to do it. He's finally decided to bring in Cullen. Again, he waited till about mid-March to do that. We finally settled on a team now which is probably competitive, but it's come too late. And
I've always liked Cullen.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I've always liked Cullen.
He did get overran a bit in the middle at the early parts of the season, and he was poor, but so would everybody else. And then he got an accumulation of yellow cards, got dropped obviously because he was suspended, and then didn't get back into the team until late March.
Yeah.
And he makes us tick. A midfield duo of Sander Berg and Josh Cullen is a very good midfield, and it works in the Premier League, but we've not played it enough.
Well, let's hope he sticks with it. I'm sure he will, given your current run.
Yeah.
As City come forward, the ball squirms away. Sunday, by the way, on air from 1:45 for Bournemouth, Brighton. Spurs against Arsenal as the North London derby, as we mentioned before. And the late game, it involves these guys who are 4-0 up. It is Manchester City going away to Nottingham Forest. So that is your schedule this
Could do
weekend.
with City winning that 6 or 7-0 if possible, please.
Handsomely.
Yeah, hands. Because I think we're 14 goals behind them. A bit more than that. I think we needed to beat them like 14-0 on the final day.
Right, so City sticks 7 past them. That's pretty much half of that total, isn't it?
Yeah, let me double check that.
So that is how things look at the weekend. Clubhouse TV live with sportsbet.io, live for every single Premier League game of the season. Whatever day it's on, we'll be live. We'll be covering it Saturday 12:15 right through to 10 o'clock. Sunday 1:45 through to about 6-ish. Just after, probably by the time we finish. There's nothing on Monday, although there is a crucial game in the Championship, Preston against Leicester. Leicester could be promoted, by the way, if Leeds drop points against QPR tomorrow night. So Leicester might already be promoted by the time they take to the field on Monday night. And then, of course, back on Tuesday, Champions League returns. Bayern against Real Madrid, 8 o'clock start on Tuesday evening. And Wednesday, we also have action in the Champions League with Dortmund against PSG. Likewise, an 8 o'clock kickoff. So lots to look forward to throughout the next week or so.
Yeah, and it's all getting to the business end of the season now, which is
very much
is the best part. It's when everybody starts like we just have. You start sitting there working out if this team wins that, it means this. If that team wins that, then this team can do that on this date. And yeah, I love this stage of the season. It's just a shame that Burnley are where they are.
It is the best part. Yeah, I also love the feeling of the opening day as well.
Yeah,
and then you get that sort of bit in the middle in December where everyone's a bit exhausted because there's so many games in such a short time. Then you get the kind of momentum.
I do like the Boxing Day games though.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I don't dislike them, but I always feel as though scrap that one in the middle between Boxing Day and New Year. Move that. I don't know where, but move that somewhere else, and let's just enjoy the Boxing Day games and the New Year Day games.
It's weird though because I'm a fan that goes on the games. Like I have a season ticket, so I go on every single home game, and I probably go on about 10 to 15. No, that's probably ambitious for this year. Probably about 8 to 10 away games. And sometimes when we're away from home on Boxing Day, I can't be bothered going, but I still go. And there's been a season where Burnley didn't play on Boxing Day not long ago. I think about 2-3 years ago. And I was actually happy that we weren't playing on Boxing Day because I just sat at home watching all the football.
You played the day after, I presume, did you?
The day after or the day after that, yeah. But it was fantastic just sitting at home. And that, for the first time in my life, I was like, so this is why armchair fans are armchair fans. I'm warm. Who would have thought?
Yeah. You were home to Liverpool this Boxing Day, weren't you?
Yeah, and we got absolutely smashed. Shock.
Yeah. That was in your poor period, though. You've come out of that. You've come out
too
of that.
Too late.
Brighton corner is it's a decent whip on that, and it's come all the way back out, and Brighton will start again. We have 5 minutes of additional time. We've played pretty much 3 of them, so just a couple of minutes for an offside decision.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. I apologise, creatures. Well, everything else was taken. I didn't know what else to pick.
No, that's fair enough. We've covered a lot of ground tonight, haven't we? So 5 of the 5 minutes added time, 3 of them played. A Brighton Mountain never attack. It could be offside for any team, by the way. So if Brighton get one here, that will also count. Maybe a last gasp free bet coming your way, although that's not going to be one because City intercept and now they move it forward, looking for the run of Alvarez. And here's Doku. Got saved from the goalkeeper with his legs. Jason Steele. Brighton going to put that out for a corner. No, City have won it back.
Oh, he's tried to dive for a pen.
Yeah. Referee.
All that strength and winning the ball back just to throw yourself at the floor.
He looked towards the referee. The referee wasn't even looking at him. Wasn't interested at all. Alvarez hit the deck, didn't he? Pretty dramatically.
Modern football. Game's gone.
Is that fan behind you again? Is he back?
Yeah. Game's gone.
Yeah.
It's in his grace.
We've heard a lot from him tonight, haven't we?
Yeah. I'll have to find out his name.
Yeah. What's your guess? Ralph? Reg?
Keith.
Yeah. Keith. Keith, nice to have you along tonight, but do rein in some of your opinions, please.
Yeah. He's better than the kid that sometimes sits behind me and kicks a chair for the entire 90 minutes. And the amount of times I've done this as well, and he still kicks my chair. Like I'm not at the stage of saying, oi! But I'm at the stage of looking behind me angrily at him.
You don't want a Redmond glare.
Exactly. But he's taking these Redmond glares and just carrying on, does what he wants. It's younger generation for you, mate. Don't know they're born.
No respect for people in their mid-30s.
Yeah.
City with perhaps one last gasp attack here.
Yeah, that sentence is difficult to be fair. You made it difficult.
I did make it difficult by tripping over it and then still persisting with it. Alvarez in the middle waiting. No delivery yet. There's a run from Doku as well. It's out on the left. I don't think City are that bothered, are they, here?
Nah.
But why would you be? And there we go.
There
There's
it
the
is.
final whistle. Pep stands up. He grabs his coat and he goes to shake De Zerbi's hand, who at one point was being billed as Pep's successor, wasn't he? But on that evidence, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while, Roberto. Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden at the double, and Julian Alvarez with the goals tonight. Brighton 0, City 4. What are your main takeaways from that, Joe?
City, I think, will go on to win the title comfortably. Every time I watch City, I'm like, yeah, I think they'll win it. Obviously, if Arsenal win every game between now and then, I think they'll win it. Or have they still got a game in hand, City, or was this
City
the
got
game?
one more game in hand, yeah.
Okay, maybe not then. I'm sorry, I think City are just going to win every game between now and then, and it will be City's. But Arsenal, City are now in that period that they get every single time at this time of the year where they just turn into a juggernaut and win everything that's put in front of them, and I think that's what's happening right in front of our very eyes.
And no Champions League to worry about now either. Thank you very much for watching tonight's Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io. Lexi and Viv and everyone else said goodbye. We'll see you again on Saturday. I'll be here from 5 for Everton, Brentford and Villa against Chelsea. But don't forget to tune in from 12:15, where you'll be in the company of James Butler for the opening game of the weekend, which is West Ham against Liverpool. So we'll be back then. And I hope you have a good couple of days. And we'll see you again here on Clubhouse TV very soon.
Covering every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League, live as they happen. This is Clubhouse TV.